The rule when we're adding and subtracting rational expressions is that if we have we need a common denominator, and once we find a common denominator, that will stay on the denominator, and then we can add and subtract the numerator. So we're going to start off easy. When we add fractions, so for example, x over z plus y over z, we keep the z because it's common, and then we add the numerator. So let's try it here. 3/9 plus 1/9, the common denominator is 9. Then I add 3 plus 1, therefore I get 4/9. So adding, pretty basic. We need to be careful when we subtract. When I subtract, I'm looking at that factor and this factor, and I have to subtract them. Well, the one thing I do know is that I have a common denominator of x minus 2. So I'm not just going to add my numerator together. I'm going to rewrite it as 3x plus 1 minus 2x plus 5, because for me to do this successfully, I need to distribute that negative. So the numerator, I have a 3x plus 1 minus a 2x minus 5 over x minus 2. So my last step here is I'm going to combine my like terms. 3x minus 2x is 1x. 1 minus 5 is negative 4 over x minus 2. There's my final answer when I subtract. Well, moving on. Moving on to addition, I need to have common denominators, and right now I don't. So factors of 12. So I'm going to write out 12. I have 12. The next one would be 24. The next one would be 36. 8. 8, 16, 24. And I don't have to keep going because here's what I noticed. I noticed that 24 is my least common multiple. So I need to figure out 12 times what is going to give me 24. Well, 12 times 2. So I multiply both the top and the bottom by 2. When I do that, I get 2 over 24. 8 times 3 will give me 24, so I multiply both the top and the bottom by 3. When I do that, I get 9 over 24. So from there, I can go ahead now and I can add. Well, 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 over the least common multiple of 24, and that's how I add unlike denominators. So let's apply that to something with variables. So what I need is both of these to have the same thing. So my least common multiple, I need at least an x in the first term, and I need a y in the second term. So the first term, if I have an x, what am I missing? I'm missing a y. So I need a y top and bottom. When I do that, I get 4y over xy. The second term, I have a y, which means I'm missing an x, so I need an x top and bottom. And when I do that, I get 6x over xy. So now I can add those together. I now have a common denominator of xy. And then the top, I have 4y plus 6x. And since those are not like terms, I leave them as they are. Last problem. Let's go ahead and factor these. So another way to write this first term is I can write x plus 2 times x plus 2. Another way to write the difference of two perfect squares is x minus 2 and x plus 2. So now I need a least common multiple. Least common multiple. This first one, I need 2 of these. So I need an x plus 2 and an x plus 2. This one, I need an x minus 2 and an x plus 2, but since I already have one, I don't need to add another one. So then we have to say, well, what is missing in each term? So this first term right here, if I have an x plus 2 and an x plus 2, then I'm missing an x minus 2 top and bottom. So when I rewrite that, I have 6x minus 2 all over the least common multiple of x minus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2. And I'm just going to write it for space sake like that. Minus. Well, if I have, let's scribble these out, if I have an x minus 2 and an x plus 2, then I'm missing an x plus 2 top and bottom. So I'm going to rewrite that as 2x plus 2 all over, I have an x minus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2. So now all we have to do is simplify this to have a final answer. So let's write this all in one line. So I have a 6, x minus 2, minus 2, x plus 2, all over the least common multiple of x minus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2. Now, a large mistake that people start doing is they start canceling top to bottom. We cannot do that until I'm fully simplified. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute this. And when I do that, I get 6x minus 2. Shoot, I'm running out of room. Let me see what I can do here. Well, we're going to keep going. Minus 2x, and this is a plus right here, so minus 4. So now I'm going to bring it up to here, and I apologize for going around the page. But when I combine like terms, I get 4x minus 6 all over the least common multiple of x minus 2, x plus 2, and x plus 2, so I could write that squared. So there's lots of different ways you could technically write this, and that's okay. But as long as you have the 3 factors on the bottom and the simplified version on the top, you are good.